أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم بحلقة جديدة ولقاء جديد مع شخصية من شخصيات ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية. ويانا اليوم السيد كارل مارلينغا، القاضي السابق في مقاطعة ماكومب في ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية، والمرشح لمجلس الكونغرس الأمريكي عن ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية. رح نتحدث اليوم على الانتخابات، رح نتحدث وياه نسأله بعض الأسئلة اللي تهم أبناء الجالية الكلدانية والعربية في مقاطعة ماكوم وفي ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية. إن شاء الله خلال اللقاء راح تتعرفون على هذه الشخصية اللي خدمت مدة طويلة واللي ساعدت الجالية العربية والكلدانية في ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية. فراح تتعرفون عليه وأنتم تقررون أي شخص راح تختارون يوم 6/8 أغسطس 6 الانتخابات القادمة عن ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية لمجلس الكونغرس الأمريكي في واشنطن عن ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية. Mr. Marlinga, welcome to our show again.
Always good to be here, Nick, with you and your audience. The Chaldean community and the Arabic-speaking peoples of southern Michigan have a warm place in my heart, and I'm glad to be speaking to somebody who speaks their language and can be at times a spokesman for their ideas.
Thank you very much. Well, Mr. Marlinga, you're always welcome to MEA TV. We are honored to have you in our show, and we like to work with you because you are one of the people, I just mentioned it in Arabic. I said you are one of the people who help our community, and you understand the community because of your background. Mr. Marlinga, would you start the regular or normal question? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm a lawyer, having been a prosecuting attorney, a probate court judge, and a circuit court judge. I've also done business law matters and some criminal defense work. My criminal defense work has been confined mostly to representing those wrongfully accused of crime who were falsely convicted and then setting them free in post-conviction matters because, justice is important. We have to convict the guilty, but we also have to set free the innocent, and we have to make sure that everybody's constitutional rights are protected in the process. Going back before that, I grew up, my family was involved in a business, a small business in Warren at Rhine Road and 8.5 Mile at Topher. And we had that business for 20 years, and when we sold that business, we sold it to a Chaldean family, the Zoma family.
So you own the liquor store?
We own the liquor store, beer, wine, and so I know what it's like to work in a store, the long hours, and I know that the Chaldean community has branched out there, many businesses, many industries, but I know that as a community, so oftentimes when people came over here from Iraq, they had other relatives that were involved in small businesses, and so I feel this particular kinship because I know that in selling our store to a Chaldean family, that they continued the tradition of hard work, loyalty to the United States, working hard, paying their taxes, doing the right things for the right reason. And I was fortunate, after meeting that family, I represented many other Chaldean families in businesses, and I just have a high respect for the community, but it's more than that. I just feel so welcome and at home every time I'm among Chaldeans.
Yeah, the majority of Middle Eastern people, the Arabs and Chaldean, they own businesses. We are, well known to own a gas station, liquor stores, restaurant, small businesses. And now we have more people going to bigger businesses, corporations, hotels, motels. And by a person like you, in our community, you understand what's the meaning of working long hours in the store. You understand the dangers comes with the operating the business. So you are one of the people who in my opinion, you are one of the people, you're part of the community. You're not here to represent it, but you are part because of all this long relationship we have with the Middle Eastern people and Chaldean people. And in the same time, you understand the way they operate the business, our people. So thank you very much again.
Wait, I have to say this. Two things come to mind. I won't mention the family because I don't want to embarrass people by having them know I talk about them on TV, but I stopped at this one store. It was a gas station. In addition, it had a little supermarket attached. In addition to that, it had a food mart. with pizza and Burger King, and I'm thinking, so I asked who owned this place, and it was a familiar name to me, and I thought, God, this is so great. I mean, this is the land of opportunity, but it just seems like in the Arabic-speaking peoples, the Chaldean community, that we have just wonderful examples of people who have the American spirit, live the American dream, and it thrills me to know that of all of the communities that have come over here, the more recent immigrants, Arabic and Chaldean, Iraqi, of any particular religion, that they get it. They understand the American dream, that hard work will be rewarded, but again, it's hard work. I mean, my dad would go in the store, open up at 8 o'clock in the morning, work till 5, take a 2-hour break, come back at night between 7 and 10. When I got older and my mom and dad were out of town, I would do that. I was going to law school, and so I would open, I would go to class, I would come back, I would close. And I think that a lot of people who maybe are envious of some of the accomplishments, they can be envious, but they should realize that you don't get where you are unless you really are willing to put in the hours.
You know, the other thing is very important too. Even between the elections, I see you mingle with a lot of people from our community. I see you in our homes. I saw you in the businesses. I saw you in the fundraising. So that's very important. A lot of politicians, what they do during the election, they're looking for you, for help, or donation, or sign. But you maintain the relationship even between the elections, between every 4 years or 6 years, the election when you were a judge. And always you are there. I see you everywhere I go. You know, that's very important. You are not a seasoned politician. Yeah, you are part of the community, and I admire that for you. You know what you're doing with the community. Mr. Marlinga, we'll go back again to the election. The election today, we are July 1st. 6 weeks from today, 5 weeks from today, actually, we have the primary election.
Right.
And there were 6 people running total.
Yes.
Now there's 5 people. One of them is dropped because the people he worked with. Can you elaborate it? Oh, that's one candidate he dropped.
Sure.
What was the reason?
So it's myself, Diane Young, Emily Bush, and Tiffany Tilley. There were 2 other candidates, Dr. Anil Kumar and Rhonda Powell. Now, Rhonda Powell didn't get enough signatures. She thought she did, but there was 77 that somehow they're not accounted for. Anyway, she's upset. She's running as a write-in candidate, and I like her a lot, and I wish her well. The other fellow is Dr. Anil Kumar, a fine gentleman, a physician. This was his dream. He raised a lot of money, but in addition to that, he was willing to put in almost $1 million of his own money into the race. So this was a serious fellow, and I liked him, but I regarded him as a serious challenge. I was getting ready for the battle because he's a good guy, a worthwhile guy, and I thought this is going to be an interesting race. Now, he only got 950 signatures.
How many signatures are required?
You need 1,000. You need 1,000. Now, he turned in 1,900, but over about 950, I guess, were invalid on their face. That the signature was wrong, that the address did not exist, they weren't a registered voter, they were in the wrong district, whatever. And it's so sad because this was a quality guy who trusted on people whom he hired to do this job, and they let him down.
So it's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
The people who work under him.
Yeah, he did not commit any fraud. He's too much of an honorable man to ever think of doing that. It's just that the people he hired let him down. They didn't do the job. Not his fault at all. And really, although, look, at one side, I'm saying, okay, it gives me this big advantage that this very qualified guy who could have done a lot of advertising is not in the race. I suppose as a candidate, I'm supposed to be happy that a big challenger is out. But as a human being, I can't be happy because I'm thinking, this is a good and decent man who did everything right, and people let him down. He did nothing wrong, and he's off the ballot. So I wish him well. Dr. Anil Kumar, if you're out there, if you're listening, or any friends of yours, I really do feel bad for you. I wish you well in all of your future endeavors. When you run, I will try to help you as much as I can because I think such a terrible injustice was done to you. And I feel bad for Rhonda Powell also, who's not on the ballot. She's running a writing campaign. Writing campaigns are typically difficult, but I don't want to talk about anybody else's campaign. I just want to talk about mine. We're doing well. We have a lot of volunteers.
No, the reason
we raise a lot of money.
The reason I ask you,
so
I want the people, the viewers, to understand when you are a candidate depend on you, you need to go do the right job. So because some people not doing their job right, Mr. Kumar lost his, the candidacy. Lost the candidacy. Let's go back to absentee ballots started already.
Yes.
They've been mailed.
Yes, we're already voting. That's right. Yeah.
People that are voting. I know my mom, she received it, and other people. What do you advise the people who's watching today if they say, "Oh, we're gonna wait till August 6th, or we're gonna vote in absentees"? What's your suggestion? Or
well, I think. Look, I think there's after you get the ballot, maybe. I mean, if you know exactly what you want to do, vote immediately. If not, wait maybe just a couple of days, and then look at all the names. And if there are some races where you don't know the names, go on the internet, look them up, or look, like for instance, the Detroit Free Press endorsed me for this. That's a unbiased third-party source. And so I would encourage people to read the editorial pages. The Detroit News hasn't made a choice yet, but the Detroit Free Press has endorsed me. The Michigan Education Association has endorsed me. Former Governor Blanchard has endorsed me. Former Congressman Bonnier has endorsed me. Sheriff Wickersham in Macomb County. A number of community leaders have endorsed me. So look to see if people whom you respect or newspapers that you read and like have said something about a candidate. And then read it all and make your own judgment. I've been around long enough, there's a lot been written about me, that I feel confident that if people really do the research, they'll say, yeah, there are strengths and weaknesses of every human being. But among the candidates, this is the guy that seems to be consistently there for the people, consistently honest, consistently trying to do the right thing. And I think if you do the examination, you'll decide that I'm the guy to vote for. But it's got to be your choice. You have to read as much as you can, make up your mind. This is democracy, and it depends upon an informed electorate. That means people who don't just vote because they've heard a name or like somebody's smile or somebody told a funny joke. It's so much more serious than that. You got to make sure that the person is for the people, for the things that you believe in, and then vote your conscience.
Let's remind our viewers which area you cover. Your District 10. Your District 10. Which cities cover District 10?
So first of all, think Macomb County, but it's not all of Macomb County, but it's most of Macomb County. It starts at 8 Mile Road, goes from Lake St. Clair to DeQuinder Road, and then goes northward to Hall Road. Then it crosses Hall Road to take in a little bit of Macomb Township, all of Shelby Township and Utica, and then it crosses DeQuinder going west and it picks up all of Rochester and Rochester Hills. So in Macomb County, the cities are the big ones, of course: Warren and Sterling Heights, St. Clair Shores, East Point, Roseville, Fraser, Utica, Mount Clemens, Harrison Township, Clinton Township. I think maybe I got them all.
Shelby, you said, Utica, and part of Macomb Township.
Yes.
Then you go across to Oakland County, to Rochester.
But only Rochester and Rochester Hills.
Rochester Hills. So you have a huge area.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very big area, maybe 600,000-700,000 people.
A little bit, right.
Around there.
A little bit more,
Oh, okay. For running as a Democrat, you're running a candidate for Congress, U.S. Congress, as a Democrat.
Right.
There's, you said, another 4 people running with you. So by August 6th, they're going to pick only one person?
They're going to pick one out of the 4
Democrats. One of the winners?
Yes, and that candidate then will advance to the general election. Mr. John James, the Republican representative, is unopposed in his primary, and so it will be the winner of the Democratic primary against Mr. James in November.
Okay, at this stage of the election, we have 5 weeks, as we said, and people are watching this. Some people did not decide to vote yet, but they said, Mr. Marlinga, Mr. Najjar, we'd like to help this gentleman here. He's part of the community. He worked with the community. He is there for the community. Still, there's time to help. How they can help you?
Well, since I don't know if it's up on the screen, but you can always go on a website, and my website is Marlinga for Congress, and I made it simple. The 4 is the number 4, so it's MARLINGA 4, the number 4, Congress.com. And so if you can remember my name, and if you can remember the number 4.com, you can find out what you need to do. The website will pop up. It lets you look at me, what I've said about issues. It has a place where you can sign up to be a volunteer, has a place where you can sign up to get more information, and a place to donate if you wish, or if you want to take a yard sign, things of that nature. But read about me, and I hope that what I put up there is enough to convince you that I'm the guy to do the job.
Great. We wish you good luck. So, but I have a question, personal question.
Yeah.
In August 6th,
Yeah.
I know I have a good faith on you that you're going to win.
Yeah.
So I'm invited to the party, winning party.
Oh, yes.
I'm invited to the winning.
Well, you will be invited to the winning party. Actually, there's but we haven't said it yet. It's probably going to be in Mount Clemens because with some restaurants there that
Support.
Yeah, Gumbo's is the place we had it the last time, but I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be there. We'll find out.
I said it
Yeah,
as a joke.
Of
As a
course
joke.
you're invited.
As a joke, but
I'm saying it on the air so that people know that if they like me, they can find out where the party is. We'll post it on our website on that Tuesday.
Great. If you'd like to say anything about your election to our community, we'll let you talk to the people directly.
Okay.
And say whatever you want to say. And if there's anything else we'd like to inform the community, please be my guest.
Okay. So I've recognized for all my life that we are a nation of immigrants. I'm from Polish-American immigrants, and so whether you're recent or from long-standing, we are a nation of immigrants. And so I want to make sure that our immigration laws are fair and equally enforced. That means that people who have relatives in Iraq or other countries around the world, families ought to be together. And I would like to make sure that my offices will be available to make sure that families have that chance to come here, that they can be together. I also want to make sure that when you do come over, that the services such as the Medicaid, health services are available, and that people don't have to go on long waiting lists or jump through hoops. And I want to make sure, because again, it's my background, that small businesses are encouraged, that we have a tax code that is fair for small businesses, that makes sure that people need jobs, but in order to get jobs, they have to have employers who will employ them, and sometimes our red tape and our tax code makes it difficult for people to open a business and keep it open and employ as many people as they want because they got to hire CPAs and lawyers. I want to cut through that. I want to make it simpler and easier to hire people, to have a good business, to pay people good wages, and to have a happy and growing economy. As John Kennedy once said, a rising tide lifts all the boats in the harbor, meaning that if we make things good for some people, we have to necessarily make it good for all people.
Good luck. I wish you good luck, and hopefully next time you're going to be in our show after August 6th. We have another interview with you for the general election.
Okay, and then we'll talk some hard issues at that time. Okay,
Definitely.
Great. Okay, thank you.
We'll talk about immigration, we'll talk about safety, we'll talk about guns, we talk about everything else.
Yes.
Now we are talking about inform the community who is Carl Marlinga. Was informative. أعزائي المشاهدين، كنا في لقاء مع السيد القاضي كارل مارلينغا ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية والمرشح لعضوية مجلس الكونغرس الأمريكي في واشنطن عن ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية. كان اللقاء لإخبار أو إعطاء معلومات عن هذه الشخصية التي تعمل مع أبناء الجالية الكلدانية والعربية في ولاية ميشيغان الأمريكية، وننطق وأنتم تقررون أي شخص راح تختارون يوم 6-8 أغسطس 6 يوم الانتخابات. إن شاء الله تختارون الشخص الصحيح في المكان الصحيح. كنت مع نيك نجار، معد ومقدم البرنامج من على قناة MEA. إن شاء الله نلتقي وياكم مع ضيف آخر قريبا. شكرا جزيلا وإلى اللقاء.
شكرا.